Good morning and welcome to Awaken October Challenge. Today is Thursday, October 18th. Morning meditation, 7 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. And so nice to see you all this morning. Boy, it was a close one this morning. Kelly and I were out late last night on our rehearsal, and then I hit the snooze button this morning on my phone twice. It happens. But managed to make it here right on time. Still a little drowsy. But, you know, when you commit these things, and I've talked to Kelly about this, I said, you know, there's a lot of times in your life you're going to run into something that you really, really want to do. And, you know, the back pressure against you doing that, or the perceived back pressure, the perceived things that get in our way, often allow us to let it go. You know, whether it's the 30-day course we started with way back in April for 2018 or March, or this particular one. And, you know, as I said to Kelly, sometimes if you are not willing to be responsible for yourself, you can raise the responsibility for yourself through being responsible for others, i.e. the commitment to meet you here every day, twice a day, which drags me here whether I particularly am awake or not. So a quick note, I want to apologize for the telephone ring that occurred during the meditation last night. My fault, I forgot to turn down the ringer on our main phone line, as I usually do. And of course, it's never anything important. It's always someone trying to sell something or glean information. It seems to be the way of the telephone these days. So for that, I do apologize. This morning, we are going to take an elevator ride deep into our own being. You know, we continue the week of hypnotic journeys, the week of passively working at a subconscious, creative, visualizing level of being. Now, this takes practice and it takes a little bit of time, and that's why we're doing it for a whole week. There'll be 14 meditations in this vein altogether this week. And these meditations work to slowly and without your conscious awareness even, begin to dissipate those dissonant energies, those dissonant vibrations within our being. And, you know, I had considered this carefully. Our thoughts are highly creative. Our thoughts, however, are a manifestation of intent. Now, it is truly the intent that is highly creative initially. It is the intent. Then what happens as this intent, and an intent is not something that exists within thought. An intent exists prior to thought. It is a motivation. It is a cosmic call. And that intent will rise in our being, and then at a conscious level, we will begin to manufacture thoughts around that intent. Those thoughts are less creative than the intent, but are still creative. They still allow us to create our state of being. They still allow us to have our perceptions and create our reality. Then we take those thoughts, which are words, and we speak those words out into the world. And those words are still creative. Although the creation at the level of word, i.e. the level of thought and then the level of physical word, are tainted. And the reason they are tainted, of course, is due to a number of factors. One of them being going our own egoic sense of self. Okay? The second is the way we process our words, the way we process our language. And then, of course, the really big problem comes in with the idea that the way I view certain labels or words is totally different than the way you view them, or the way the next person will view them. And this is where the system begins to break down. You know, there's a policy in the schools here in British Columbia, and I agree with it on one level, but I don't agree with it in its entirety. And the motto of this campaign is, of course, words hurt. Now, let's look at that a little bit closely, a little bit more closely. Words can indeed hurt. But the only person that words hurt is the person who is not aware, is still unconscious. In the school system, they do not train children here in British Columbia that words only have the power over you that you assign to them, that you ascribe to them. The words only have an ability to alter your perceptions, your thoughts, if you give them that ability. This is not taught within the school. And I really honestly wish it would, because indeed words can be used to do harm. And we should attempt to use the softest words that we can when we are communicating. You know, don't confuse soft with direct and to the point. You know, for years, Kelly used the idea of, well, I'm soft, as an excuse not to engage her point of view, you know, not to engage her opinion, not to engage her wishes, because she was afraid that if she spoke out, she would not be considered soft anymore and would be considered hard. And that is all based on other people's reactions. The only person you need to look to is you. Are you speaking as compassionately as possible about the subject? Are you being as open as possible to the responses in regards to the subject? These are all things that will begin to change and evolve simply through these meditative practices. You know, you will find that over time, less and less and less of the words of another will have any effect on you at all. You know, you'll stand in an objective space. And this, again, is part of this goal. So without further ado, let's begin this morning. I know Kelly's waiting to go back to sleep over in her chair. And we will begin. I'm going to ask that you get yourself in a nice, comfortable position. You know, perhaps reclining, or at least with some back support. It is not as critical today to maintain perfect spinal alignment. It is more critical that you are in a relaxing place, free from distraction, and allow yourself to drift down deep within your being. And we're going to go there together. So without further ado, I will remove my morning mug from the screen. And we will begin. Allow yourself to gaze upon the image at the screen. I want you to imagine with me that you find yourself standing in a dark elevator. The floor to the elevator is transparent. And looking down between your feet, down into the darkness below the elevator, you see this whirling, spinning, changing vortex of light. Rest here for a few minutes. Allow yourself to gaze at the whirling, spinning, divine light. You feel no fear in this elevator, only a mild sense of expectation. Allow the ocean waves to wash away your conscious mind. Wash away the illusion. Just relax here in the elevator and gaze at the wondrous spinning image deep in the depths of your being, at the very last floor that the elevator reaches. Relaxing now. The wondrous spinning, changing, evolving, whirling, divine light. Deep in the depths of your being. Watch with anticipation. Look down into the depths. In the darkness of the elevator, you become aware that the elevator is slowly beginning to descend. This elevator has no motors, no cables. This elevator is moved by your intent. Slowly, with gentle intention, form the intent in your mind that you wish to take this elevator deeper and deeper within your being. Form the intent that you wish to ride this elevator all the way down into the depths. Allow the intention to form that you wish to unite your being with this divine spinning light. Slowly, the elevator descends. Deeper, more relaxed, more at peace. You notice in your mind's eye as the light begins to softly illuminate the elevator. You are alone in this elevator. This elevator is within your very being. Allow it to carry you deeper. Deeper within. Towards that spinning vortex of divine light. Down into the depths of your being. Notice the sense of calm. Notice the growing stillness as you focus all of your attention on the spinning divine wheel of light below you. The elevator begins to slow. And comes to rest. You are not there yet. That spinning divine light is still deeper within the depths of your being. You wait, focused on the divine light, allowing the waves to crash slowly into your being, stripping away your false sense of self. Silencing your mind. The elevator sits here at the boundary layer between the conscious and unconscious mind. In order for the elevator to continue, it is necessary to let go, to surrender your conscious mind. It is not your mind. letting go of the mind. You understand the mind has been a memory bank, recording every experience, processing every one of your senses. Your mind, your false sense of self, are a direct result of that divine sea of consciousness. Not your mind. One mind. One consciousness. You are an individuated part of this consciousness. Allow the truth of this to sink deeply within as you gaze at that spinning wheel of divine light. Deeper, deeper within. The elevator slowly begins to move again, descending beyond the conscious mind. Allow yourself a few minutes as you go deeper and deeper within the subconscious and unconscious realms of your individuated mind. Time disappears. You are no longer able to locate yourself spatially. As the elevator travels deeper and deeper down into the depths of your being, allow your residual image in your mind's eye of your physical self to break apart on the shore of your existence. With each rolling wave, the false you disintegrates, melting away in that divine, loving, watery light. The light is beginning to fill the elevator now. The transparent bottom as you gaze down into the depths, acting like a window onto your own soul. A sense of excitement, profound peace, joy begins to slowly permeate your being. Deeper, deeper down you travel. Moving steadily, surely, towards the divine whirling light at the core of your being. Deeper, deeper still. Finally, the elevator appears to come to a rest. You have reached the depths of your true self. Standing in this elevator, fully bathed in the divine, healing, revealing light of your true being. You notice for the first time that the four walls of the elevator that surround you are mirrors. You are surprised, not afraid, to notice that even though you sense and see the mirrors, you cast no reflection. The elevator appears to be empty. Stripped of your conscious mind, stripped of your identification with form, you are. You are aware. You are boundless. You are bathed in divine, whirling, loving light. Stay here in the light. Stay here in the presence of your true self. Let go. Surrender to the higher truth of your being. Listen. There is a message here riding on the waves. Splashing against the shore of your being. Never-ending waves of divine love and light. Communicating with you. Speaking to your heart. Whispering the secrets of creation. Whispering an infinite love. Stay here. Listen to the messages at the depths of your being. The realization comes to you. You don't have to leave this place. The divinity that operates through you has always been the doer. Has always been the one that looks from behind your eyes, from behind the mind. You can stay here, centered and bathed in whirling divine light. Centered in peace. Centered in growing awareness. Guided, warmed, enfolded with love. that which returns to the surface is part of nature, part of the physical illusion. You notice the elevator, too, has now disappeared. This part of you will not return to the conscious realm. This part of you remains bathed, connected, whole, perfect, bathed in the living divine light in the core of your true self. As you allow your attention to slowly return to the surface of your being, this part of you stays anchored in the light. A divine connection between the true self and the false, small sense of self. It is you who heals you. It is you who separates you. Allow yourself to sense this connection. Slowly return your focus back to the physical realm, back to the conscious level of being. This part of you returns to the illusion. But a part of you will now always remain aware of its connection to the divine light within. Slowly, gently, become aware of your body again. Become aware of the gravity acting upon your physical form. Allow yourself a deep, conscious inhale and exhale gratitude for this new level of connectedness you are experiencing. Slowly, gently, allow your eyes to open. I sincerely hope you enjoyed our little visualization journey within this morning. This evening we're going to do a longer version of the induction script that we did yesterday. And I really look forward to it. It's a beautiful script. I wish you all a wonderful, wonderful Thursday. Allow your sense of connectivity to remain at the edge of your conscious mind. No matter what you perceive today, allow part of your attention to always rest in that spinning divine light at the core of your being. Much love and namaste this morning. I'm very much looking forward to seeing you for tonight's meditation.